Hi, this is Barb Fischer, your neighborhood realtor and personal tour guide for all of San Diego. It's another beautiful day in San Diego and another segment of Coffee in the Cottage, where I invite you into my home and we have a little chat about the things that are very important in real estate today. I even brought my list so we don't forget anything. Today we're going to talk about your loan, and it used to be just about anybody could qualify for a loan, and those days are long gone. In fact, today you're going to want to get qualified and get approved and stay approved. Those are two very important things. Now, a lot of people like to start with their own bank or their own credit union. That's fine. The only thing is, I just want you to be aware of some things that'll put you at a competitive advantage. And of course, you know, when you find the house you like, you really want to close escrow on it. So number one, you're going to want to work with a direct lender. And by a direct lender, we mean that somebody who actually has the funds. So the seller is going to feel more confident that you can actually close escrow. Secondly, you're going to want somebody who's actually available. You know, a lot of people are using these 800 call centers if they're working with a large bank, and that doesn't always work because those folks work Monday through Friday, 9 to 5. You talk with a different person every time you call, and that becomes a problem when you need a new pre-approval letter. A general pre-approval is fine, but most banks, and we talk about banks a lot because foreclosures and short sales are practically 80% of what you're going to be writing an offer on. You know, most banks are going to require a specific approval letter. So I'm working weekends, you're out looking on the weekends, you need a lender who's actually available on the weekends as well. Number three, you want to get everything ready up front, and you're going to want to know who is on the loan, and you're going to want to know what kind of loan you're going to have as well. So are you going to have conventional? Are you going to have FHA? Are you going to have VA? Do you need the seller to carry back? Are you going to do a rehab loan? Who's going to be on the paperwork? The banks don't allow any assignees. So if it's two people to begin with, it's going to end up as two people as well. So make sure you know that going in. Also, fourth, you're going to want to talk with your lender about, you know, of course, different programs, but you're also going to want to know number one, you're going to want to know the money you're going to spend, and you're going to want to know in increments if you can move up a little. Like if you get a counteroffer, if you're pre-approved for $350, say, and you get a counteroffer for $355, can you go that high? I mean, you know, can you give up a few lattes a month maybe and make that? You're going to want to know that up front so you can spring into action. So those are some of the most important things to know. By staying approved, what we mean by that is don't go out and buy a new car or large furniture purchases, for example, during this, because the lenders all throughout the loan process, they can check on you, they can check on your employment. So you're going to want to make sure that everything stays the status quo. You're going to be fifth. These are the things you're going to need to submit. You're going to have your FICO scores ready. You're also going to have, you know, a copy of the earnest money check. You're going to need your bank statements, and what you're going to do is have to keep them updated as well. That's important to remember. And also, a lot of the banks are going to make you double app with their lender. Like we said, you can always use your lender, but in case they want that, you're going to want all your paperwork ready and handy. Sometimes they'll ask you for a DU, desktop underwriting. You want to make sure your lender can do that as well. So those are the key points to keep in mind, and that this will give you a competitive advantage. We have a special guest here today. You probably heard him in the background. I'm going to go get him, and he's just somebody special that I wanted you to meet. So hang on just a second. This is Gus, the foster dog, and you know, Gus is with us from a family on the move in Las Vegas, and you know, there's a lot of families lately who have new jobs, move out of town, they're in transition in one way or another. They rented a home perhaps that's, you know, gone into foreclosure, or their own home was, and there's an opportunity for you right now to help an animal in need, and a person in need obviously too, because a lot of people are not only losing their homes, but they're losing a cherished pet. So if you would have it in your heart to adopt a dog or a cat, just foster them. Maybe it's a few months, maybe it's a few years until this person can get back on their feet. It would really make a difference in the life of a family, because if you've ever loved a dog or a cat, you know how special they are in your life. So I thank you for your consideration on that. And until next segment on Coffee in the Cottage, cheers to you. Happy house hunting.